It's not the answer I wanted. I just wanted to go away. Jussie Smollett, go someplace and sit down. The drama continues. You heard about this, right? Jussie Smollett will not be on Empire next season, but he did get his contract renewal. So they negotiated some sort of money. They only have a couple more episodes this season, and then the full next season, and he will not be on any of the above. But he's getting paid to stay at home. Wouldn't you like that? Or maybe he won't be staying at home. Maybe there's a requirement behind the scenes where, you have to show up for, every day of shooting for the full 15 hours or 12 hours or whatever it is that they shoot. You have to run lines with the other actors, make coffee, things like that, Excuse me. I don't know, if the ratings are low, maybe they'll bring him back for the 7th season. Excuse me. Here's my thing. I wish they would just let it go and let him go on with his life. It's the other actors that want him to be there, and I don't believe the other actors all want him to be there. I think that, when the masses talk, you have to join in. Otherwise, you'll be the oddball. I think this show could survive without Jussie Smollett. Just saying. It's Lucius and Cookie that make the show. Everybody else is an additive and wonderful actors, but I don't know. And this also gives Jussie a chance to make an excuse of why he won't be working for the next year and a half anyplace else. Well, because his name is still tainted, so, it's too soon. If you believe that he's innocent, then it's still too soon because so many people believe he's guilty and got away with a lot. Freedom and a paycheck on a major show for not having to show up. This story needs to go away, but for the next year and a half, I wonder if, while he's not doing Empire, like when they have their vacations and stuff, all the actors are allowed to audition for independent movies and major movies and other shows, not shows, but movies and stuff, projects. I wonder whether he'll be trying to do that. Or whether he'll stay in Hawaii, where he was recently, and stay there for the whole year and 2 episodes. I wonder if they will even allow him in Chicago, with the whole city being mad at him, and that's where they film. I didn't even want to do this story. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to do the story only because I believe that Jussie Smollett is, needs to just go, and wait for some forgiveness. And I don't know whether you forgive if he was lying about getting beat up and, a whole racial thing, and the city is divided in half and uprise in the cop department, and the FBI was on the case, and Lee Daniels is, oh my God. Bye. Ugh. Well, Kandi's threatening to quit the Housewives of Atlanta if they bring Phaedra back. Now see, I didn't realize that Phaedra has not been on that show for 2 years because she's managed to stay a bit on Hot Topics. And, right? Phaedra, you do a good job of keeping yourself out there even with no job on that Housewives. Yeah, she really has. I mean, I miss her on the show, but we haven't missed her. We're still talking about her. It's pretty good as far as housewife history goes, because normally when they get cut, they get cut. When's the last time you talked about Lisa Wu? Is that a ooh, or am I just stating a fact, right? They go someplace. So remember, Phaedra, everybody, was kicked off the show a couple of years ago after she started rumors that Kandi and Todd had a sex dungeon where they allegedly sexed and dungeoned women. Well, Kandi sat down with People Now. That's with our friend from Inside Scoop, Jeremy Parsons. He comes here. Hi, Jeremy. Anyway, so he has another job, though, and that is People Now. So he's talking to Phaedra. Listen to Phaedra, or excuse me, he's talking to Kandi about Phaedra, and then we got more opinion.
If Phaedra comes back to the show, you okay with it?
No.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, no.
Like, don't want it to happen.
You know, and for me, it's like, if that's what they want to do, that's fine, you know. I'm cool, but I just won't be a part of that, you know?
Okay.
Here's the thing, so you're saying you quit? Because we're gonna hold you to that. Like, I don't think she should quit. I think that they should bring Phaedra back and they should have Kandi and Phaedra get into it right there. And I don't mean, I'm a grown woman, I don't mean fighting and violence. I mean, you know, words of intelligence as to why you would say somebody has a sex dungeon, because that is painting them a particular person. Although if they have a sex dungeon with their husband, then that just makes them fun. You know, Kandi, you shouldn't be that offended. It's not like she was saying you had a sex dungeon as a single woman. You know what I mean? It's you and Todd. Anyway, I don't know what to believe. All I know is that I think that that was a lot for Kandi to say that she'd leave the show. Kandi will do fine. You know, she's a very smart woman and turns everything into a business. So she'll be fine without Housewives of Atlanta, except for that platform to push her products. See, you need the Housewives of Atlanta to push her products. The old lady gang restaurants I hear are doing really well and all that other kind of stuff. I like Kandi and Todd. I like them a lot and I like the kids. But I think that she should stay on the show. Bravo, don't let Kandi boss you around. You let Hot Topics do that. Now here's what you do. I'm playing. My co-hosts do just a fine job. Clap, co-host, if you think that they should bring Phaedra back and get into it on the show. Bosses of Atlanta Housewives, the tastemakers have spoken. Now what are you gonna do? Are you gonna listen to Kandi or are you gonna listen to the angry mob? Listen, Kandi, use this drama to make even more money. I mean, already you have the, oh, and by the way, I'm going. It sounds fun. She's kicking off her Welcome to the Dungeon tour. Tomorrow in Chicago, it kicks off. So it's coming to New York on May 18th, and I'm still trying to decide what day of the week that is, because it sounds like an early night. But the dress requirements for us, if we're gonna go, they want you to dress like the dungeon. Well, I won't be doing all that, but certainly if you wear all black, like everybody does in New York when we go out, somehow we always look dungeness. But yeah, Kandi, good luck with that tour. I don't know that Tamar and Trina are going to be on the full leg of the tour, but Tamar, this would be fun for you. You look good when you perform, you know, you put on the clothes and you sing and that voice goes and you're out there. Kandi's successful, you're successful, Trina's successful, you all get along. You know what, Tamar, stay on the tour if you can, all right? And a side note to Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey is, well, maybe getting married. Look, Cynthia, this is really great. Okay, so she posts something saying, so many dresses, so little time. And she's in a bridal shop. And she's been dating, you know, that sportscaster, Mike Hill, for a year. Yeah, and he hasn't lost his job. You know, sometimes, but no, sometimes when people with like newsy, sportsy, you know, network type jobs like that date somebody in entertainment, their bosses say, why are you dating, isn't that Cynthia? And so they haven't. So I think they make a good couple. He's like 48 years old. He's already got his kids, they're older. She's got her kids older, Noelle. They don't even need to be engaged. I don't even know that they're engaged. She's just right to the bridal shop. And then the owner of the bridal shop posted something a little bit later on saying, you know, nice working with you. So they're working together. So Phaedra posted, or Cynthia posted this. I guess she wants us talking, and this will be played out on the show. As much as I hate weddings, if it's within a show that I already like, I'll watch. But in advance, Cynthia, good luck to you and Mike, and see you at the wedding on TV. Okay. I don't know about Mama June anymore. Now, you know I've been riding with her since her invention. Not just the show, but also her beauty that I saw even before I knew that she was on a trek to lose weight. She got the secret surgery and she lost weight. I don't know about her anymore, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think there's something wrong with her. You know, I don't think she's all together. Well, you know she's got this boyfriend, his name is Gino. And Gino might be heading back to jail as long as we cooperate with one another as society and call the cops next time we see him. Because I think that's gonna be the only thing that separates Mama June from Gino. Okay, remember last month when June and Gino were arrested in Georgia. And they found crack in the car and a crack pipe and a whole bunch of cleaning devices and some other stuff. Well, June said it was her stuff, but they arrested allegedly. Allegedly. We saw the pictures from the arrest, but okay. Anyway, so Gino was charged with domestic violence. Well, apparently people at the gas station where they were getting gas, they were outside, having the argument, then the two cop cars showed up and one put June in and one put Gino in, but people, the set-siders were saying, no, there was screaming going on. There was something happening, and I don't know whether that was just June inciting him to scream, so she was screaming, or whether she did one of these even though he didn't touch her. Sometimes you go, get off me. But he didn't do anything. But maybe he's a beater. I don't know. This show used to be like a sitcom, right? You get together with your country cousins, June and them, and they eat sketty, and they walk outside and their feet are real black on the bottom when they come in. Right? But they get in the bed anyway. And we all know people like that, whether they're in our families or whether they're, distant friends or close friends, but we love them just the same. That's how I felt about June and her family in this sitcom, but this is too macabre. All right, not a sitcom, but it was like a sitcom with no laugh tracks. We were the laugh tracks. So then after they get arrested, they get out. The judge tells Gino he's got to stay like 200 feet away from June. What do? I told you this already. June and Gino defy what the judge says, defies the restraining order. They hop the border and go to Alabama to gamble. We spotted them not once, but twice gambling. They were spotted just yesterday. Also.
Yeah.
All right, so here's another time. The blast caught them on video. They are gambling right there with the slot machines. All you gotta do is call the cops, because the judge is like, no, June, as soon as we get him, we're throwing him in jail. June's like, no, but I didn't mean it, but he's really a good guy, but. So she was on fire when they got arrested, but now she's backpedaling. And you can't backpedal with the judge. This judge is like, no, we're gonna arrest him on sight. And I can't figure out how they've been on the loose for so long. And nobody, because this show is huge on Friday nights, the Mama June show. It's huge. So somebody watching has seen them out. Are you rooting for June so much that you're not calling the cops? You just want them to see on the run? I gotta tell you something. This is a man, this is just me, I'm not a psychiatrist. Sometimes I play one on TV during Ask Wendy. But I'll tell you this. June was morbidly obese. We all saw that. This man loved her when she was morbidly obese. If you've never been morbidly obese, perhaps you can't relate to that. Who will love me? Even though I'm thinner now, I'll always be morbidly obese in my mind. She could be going through something with this guy. This guy has been with her through thick and thin. So maybe she feels as though he's the one no matter what, and I want to have this man in my life. I don't know, but it sounds to me like we need to rescue June. So streets, get on it. Yes. Right? And no word on whether they're gonna take our advice and give Honey Boo Boo her own show where we can kind of see bits and pieces of all this unravel, but not with June and that man being the stars, Speaking of stars, Will Smith, is there a bigger one? Oh, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Okay, so I was telling you that they were shooting Bad Boys 3. The shooting is done. It's done, it's ready. It's done, it's done. I know. I can't wait either. Such a funny movie. Martin's in shape, Will is in shape. They can both take their shirts off. They can both make us like, look, there you go. We haven't seen Martin act in a very, very long time. Will Smith stays at the top of the leaderboard when it comes to ratings and just general love. Well, Will reportedly is making $11 million more than Martin in this movie. Excuse me? Exactly. To the whole bureau this morning, I stood up, I threw my turban down. I said, where is the story? So then they go on and on. Well, Will is being paid $17 million for the movie. And Martin's being paid only $6 million for the movie. And I'm like, and where is the story? Well, each one, Wendy, was reportedly paid $20 million for Bad Boys, the other two Bad Boys movies, or the other Bad Boys movie, two Bad Boys movies. And I said, so? What has Martin done lately? And I'm not talking about in terms of a man and his character. I'm talking about in terms of entertaining us. Martin has run down the streets high, got himself together and gotten help. There was a point in there before the Bad Boys and this Bad Boys that's coming out where Big Mama was a big deal and Martin was big with Big Mama. But around that same time, the spiralization of his situation happened. And Martin was in away and had to go away, you know, for a while, at his own admission. And now his life is straightened up and Will called him and said, let's do this movie. I'll tell you, I wouldn't see Bad Boys 2. What is it, 2? 3. I wouldn't see Bad Boys 3 without Martin. And, you know, just Will Smith. If Will Smith took, I don't know, D.L. Hughley and put him on there. I like D.L., but that's not Martin. The Bad Boys are Martin and Will. So Will couldn't, to me, even though he's a big star, couldn't carry this movie alone. By the way, his production company is producing it too. As the boss of the movie, I'm always making more. Now, I love you, Martin, and stuff, but, you know. And so he's getting another check. The $17 million is the star power check, and then the other checks will be the boss behind the scenes. He stays winning. Martin should be happy that Will called back, because this could be the kickoff to the rest of Martin's career. I think that he's still viable. You know? I don't know how he is in stand-up, you know, whether he's, you know, gone to the other side of stand-up so he doesn't curse and do all those kinds of things that sometimes some stand-up acts need. I don't know. But the acting thing he could do. I wouldn't mind seeing Martin back in a revival of Martin if all the characters came back. The thing is that I don't know how that would be, but I didn't hear about any trouble behind the scenes. And Bad Boys 3, it's called Bad Boys, actually, Bad Boys for Life. It's set to open January 17th of 2020. I can't wait. I can't wait. Happy birthday, sir. I like your crown. Yes. Do you watch Shark Tank?
Shark Tank?
Yes.
Sometimes I do, yeah.
You know Barbara Corcoran?
With the short hair?
Yes. Yes, with the short hair. Let me tell you how she celebrated her birthday. All right. So, Barbara is on Shark Tank and she threw herself a 70th birthday. She hosted it at her own funeral home. Yes, the Corcoran Funeral Home for her 70th birthday. Guests arrived at a Fifth Avenue penthouse. The funeral home is a penthouse, I guess. Or maybe downstairs, I don't know. Anyway, they arrived to the penthouse. She invited 90 people, and here's what she looked like when they showed up. Now, what you're looking at is Barbara in creepy makeup, dead-like, and what you're looking at on the side of her is a cutout, a standing cutout of Barbara dressed as a nun. So this is her idea of a 70th birthday for her 90 friends. When they came in, they were absolutely flabbergasted. Now, everybody loves a theme party. This is a theme party that's a little too close to home once you get 50. You know, when you're 22 years old, right? Or even 40, I don't know. When you're 22 years old, you can play around with if I was dead parties and all that crap. But she's 70 years old, so you got to imagine most of her friends are probably 50 and up. So here's what she does. People come in, they see her laying there. They don't know whether she died or not. But they also know that she has a bit of a jokester in with all of her mogulism behind the scenes. So here goes Barbara. When her guests are there, they're all standing there like, what the hell? She pops out of the coffin. Listen. To the Diana Ross song called I'm Alive. Now, try as I might, by the way, I don't think I know that song. Do we know that song?
I literally have never heard that song in my life. I have no idea what that article's talking about. I'm alive. I know I'm coming out.
Exactly. Exactly, Barbara Corcoran. Anyway, so she says to her guests, she pops out like, hey, and then she goes, you only die once, you might as well be around for it. So she wanted to see who's that. You know what I would have done? I would have said, Barbara, here's your gift. I would have thrown it that way. And I would have left and said, I'll see you tomorrow, girl. Anyway, look, we've got more fantastic show for you today, everyone. From the Real Housewives of Potomac. Giselle Bryant is here, so grab a snack and come on back.